How are you? I am blessed and favored by the grace of God, and I thank God for the far that He has brought me. I have not done anything to deserve where I am today, what I am today, but it is by His grace and by His mercy. I'd like to challenge us today about submission. Submission is thought of as one of the things that are very hard to do, that most people always think about as something you struggle with because it's not easy. But I'd like to challenge us that there's nothing that is too hard for us to do if we trust God in it and through it. What I wanted to share with us this morning is that whenever you have to submit fully. Despite knowing that you have a better capacity than the authority you are submitting to. Submit without having to do comparisons of how good you are at this, or how best you'll have been, or how better you are in doing whatever the person or the authority you are submitting to is doing. Submit without feeling that if you are in that position, you'll have done better than the authority that you are submitting to. Submission carries with us a lot of humility. Submission carries with us the aspect of seeing the other person better than yourself in that moment. Submission calls for what we would say in layman's language, being down to earth. And the key word is, despite you knowing that you have a better capacity, better ability, better creativity, you're like the best at what you are doing, but then you have been put in a place where you just have to submit to someone who is not as good as you could be. Submission is, you cannot submit if you're thinking of the other person as not fit for the work they are doing or for the position they are holding. You have to acknowledge their ability. You have to acknowledge the fact that God is using them in that time and in that season. And when you submit fully, things work for you, doors open for you. You live at peace. You do not live at competition. It's not like competition. You live at complementing each other's gifts. Probably the reason you've been put there and yet you're having a better ability of mentorship, a better ability of leading, a better ability of speaking before people. Maybe the reason you have been put there is so that you can complement and supplement where the other person you're submitting to is lacking. And if you do not grasp that and you begin to live like, I'm just submitting because I do not have otherwise. But once God opens that door for me, I will stop submitting. I'm just submitting because I am not able to put up my own thing right now. But once that is put up, this person will see dust because I'm definitely better. So just to encourage us this day, that whenever you find yourself in places where you have to submit fully. Especially when you realize you're better at what you're doing, better at what you are, better at who you are. Especially when you realize you're better, because when you realize you're better, there's usually a possibility of there coming pride that is hidden, disobedience, lack of diligence in what you're doing, because you're just submitting because of. But I pray that this day we get to learn to submit to authority in the places where we are, not because of not having another option, but because we know it is right and this is the best thing to do for ourselves and for the people who are leading us. God bless you. I love you with the love of the Lord. Stay blessed. God keep you and watch over you, together with your family and friends, to the glory of His name. Amen.